right, let's try this again. We in here, baby. Reality, what's going on? What's going on? Tune on in. Tune on in. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we rolling. What's up, Cuzzo? What up, Danae? You What a Jack.
What's going on?
Yeah, my bad. I don't know what happened. I was on here. But I was on by myself. I was wondering why wasn't nobody joining this mug.
Yeah, that's all I was like. I was like, man, what's going on? That's why I texted like, hey, bro, we good? Like, what's going on?
Bro, I was on here talking to myself for a minute. I'm like, hold on, like I ain't got one viewer. I tagged you and everything. I don't know what happened the first time around. Maybe I just had to start it over. So I don't know. Cuz what's going on with you? Cuz Danae in the building. Josh, what's going on with you, bro? How you living, man? How you living? Willie Jack, man, how you doing today, man? What's going on with you, bro?
Man, I ain't lie, boy. It was a long one today, boy. But hey, it's over, and I get to do what I came to do anyway. Yeah, it's all good.
It was one of those days for me, man. Long day, man. A lot going on. So, but we here, man. Like you say, we here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it happen like we always do. You know
Already.
And I think it's about that time, man. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it.
Let's do it. Jack, what's going on?
Welcome to another episode. What up, cuzzo? Jose in the building. Welcome to another episode of Let the Film Speak. I am one of your hosts, Chop, here with my main man, Willie Jack, and y'all know what time it is, man. Same thing every week. It's Wednesday night. It's 7 o'clock. Actually, it's 7:09 right now. So even
it's
if you're
7,
late, you know what I'm saying?
It's 7.
It's 7. You know what I'm saying? 7 something. We told you we was going to be here, and hey, we here. You know what I'm saying? So tune on in. Check out your guys. We got some big stuff for y'all today, man. Of course, we got the running back rankings today, man. Running back rankings. Me and Willie Jack, you know, we ranked our top 10 running backs. Of course, we're going to go through the list tonight and let you know who the top running backs in the NFL are. But without further ado, we got to jump into some news first, man. Let's jump into some of this news, man. And first things first, man, let's go ahead and talk about this case, man. I know this case been going on for a while, and this is one of those things where me and Willie Jack we don't like to overkill it, man. We don't like to go into it too much. We won't go too deep. But we got a little bit more news as of right now. Of course, Deshaun Watson, you know, he's facing allegations, you know, from 24 different women, and it came out a couple days ago that Deshaun Watson's 20 of the 24 cases have been settled. What's your thoughts on that, Willie Jack?
Yeah, I mean, this to be expected. Like I said, the criminal proceedings didn't go through, and so the civil case was always out there, was always going to be a thing, and that's what this was about anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or well, I shouldn't say that, 'cause I don't want to discount the seriousness of the allegations and all of that, but this was just this might as well have been a scheduled part of the program. You know what I'm saying? So 20 out of 24. Honestly, I'm wondering what's the hold up on them last 4. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would expect sooner rather than later that you know everybody gets their check and you know business will go on.
So it sounds like the main young lady. I think she may be the one that continues to fight the case. It sounds like the other 3 more are probably going to get settled pretty soon, per a few sources that I have. But we'll see how that goes. You never know. You know, things change every day. So
yeah, and these type of like large scale settles, like it's generally like structured settles. So the girl, I guess, who's the main one who jumped it off, she may want like a larger settle or a larger something more in addition to like kind of what everybody else came who kind of jumped on her train or that type of thing. But generally speaking, I mean it'll never come out. Like the non-disclosures are always a part of these type of style of agreements or whatnot. But what we do know is for 230 guaranteed, you know what I'm saying, he got it.
Right. So, that's what we do know. That's what we do know. All right, man. In other news, man, some actually some sad news, man, for Baltimore Ravens, man. Defensive end Jalen Robinson, you know, passed.
No, Ferguson.
I'm sorry, you're right. Jalen Ferguson. I'm sitting here looking at it too. Jalen Ferguson passed at the age of 26. There was no cause of death given, man, but condolences and prayers, you know, go out to him and his family. Of course, you never want to see, you know, things like this happening. And the crazy part, man, is just I don't know, man. It just seems like it's more than normal, this particular offseason, man, with the young guys, man. And, I just continue to pray, man. Hope things get better, around the league with some of these young guys and, with a lot of the things that, a lot of players are going through. So, prayers and condolences go out to his family, man.
No, for sure, man. And honestly, it's one of those things too where, just like you said, bro, like 26 years old, man, golly, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like it's every week there's somebody else who's getting kind of added to this list. Speaking of Baltimore, on the other side of that, not a young guy, but Tony Saragusa, man. I know we've dropped his name in this chat randomly a couple times, man. He was Goose, man. He was a big part of them early Ravens teams, man. Them 2000, the first half of them 2000s Ravens team, them end of the 90s, early 2000s, man. Tony Saragusa was a big part of that defensive line, man, to help keep Ray clean, man. Where Ray made his name in a lot of those years, man. So he passed away at the age of 55, man. I'm not sure the cause of his death either, but we just wanted to mention that. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore, but nah, man. Back to Ferguson, man. Definitely, man. It doesn't matter the circumstance. It's always tragic to see somebody lose their life or die for any cause, man, that young. Right. So, like, prayers and condolences to his family for sure.
For sure, definitely, man. And then, and like I said, last bit of news today, man. We got former All-Pro and Pro Bowl tight end Rob Gronkowski, man, has announced his retirement. Now, I don't know if I fully believe it all the way 100% yet. You know what I'm saying? We'll see once training camp pass, you know what I'm saying, and if he's still not on the team or if nobody picked him up or he changed his mind or anything like that. And we'll see, you know what I'm saying? But as of right now, Rob Gronkowski has retired, man. And it sparked the conversation, man. I just wanted to stir up some conversation in there, man. And I just asked the question to the group, man. Is Rob Gronkowski, saying the greatest tight end of all time? Me personally, I don't feel like he's had the greatest career, but he's had some dominant moments, man. And I just wanted to stir that up. But either way, phenomenal career, man. And I feel like he'll definitely be a Hall of Famer, when it's all said and done, and they get to that time, he'll be a guy that makes it in on the other side of that and get that jacket.
No, yeah, that goes without question, man. Gronk's jacket been waiting on him, man, for probably 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not an outlandish question though. Asking where he ranks as far as all-time greats. He's definitely in that pantheon for sure. You know what I'm saying? Guys like him, Kellen Winslow, Tony Gonzalez, we know Antonio Gates. We know all those names, man. So he's definitely cemented himself in that group and near the head of that class, man. Injuries, man. Injuries really, and it's crazy to say how I was gonna say kind of derailed a spectacular career, but as dominant as he was, 'cause he's still 90 touchdowns, 9,000 yards. I thought I saw something like that. And mind you, this is a guy that was seriously banged out for large chunks or amounts of various seasons, man, and was still uber productive, especially in his real prime, in his heyday, right there in the machine that was the Patriots offense, man. So kudos to Gronk, man. I think he's hanging it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I really think he literally only came back because his homeboy caught him this last time. Gronk's done with football, man. He's a guy, man. He's got tons of other interests and he thinks he's funnier than he is, but whatever they much power to him. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, he's ready to do something else, and so I think it's time. And honestly, I think it's time too. He's not to say that he can't still be productive, but he's not at all near that top tier of tight end in the league anymore. And honestly, man, sometimes like guys at that level, they don't want to play at nothing under that level. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I wish him well for sure. I don't think he's coming back. I think he already played that I'm coming back card. That's gone. I don't think he's coming back.
And you know what? I think he's one of those guys, man. He's like the I would compare him. He's the J.J. Watt of the tight ends in the sense that I'll say, I'm going to tell you why. Because you always say this, right? Ooh. At the peak, at J.J. Watt's peak, how many people can you actually say was better than him?
Reggie White. And that's it. I don't care what nobody say.
At Gronkowski's peak.
No, and that's a fair, exactly.
I don't think no tight end was better because he caught and he was a good of a receiver as Tony Gonzalez, but except with the ball in his hand, he broke a lot more tackles, and he was a hell of a lot better of a blocker than Tony Gonzalez. Said that in too. So.
Well, no, he definitely was a better blocker, but no, Tony G got yak now. Tony G got receiving numbers. Tony G got 15,000 receiving yards. He can get now. He ain't breaking tackles physically like Brock did, but now Tony get loose on now, boy. Don't forget now, Tony G got loose.
I ain't disrespecting it, but I would breaking tackles if I had to rate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I put him just under. It's not a blowout by any means.
Oh, no, I dig what you're saying. Yeah. Hey, day one gang in the building, man. My dog Jarrell, he said, and he can't dance. Come on. Come on.
Hey, he killed him. He said he can't dance.
And he can't dance. Come on, man. The boy had his retirement party, and you go, man, want to let that boy have his moment, dog.
You see how he let him do it, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, that pretty much concludes the news today. Light news day today, man. Of course, we got some heavy stories, you know what I'm saying? So, again, condolences out to those families of Tony Saragusa and Jalen Ferguson. So, definitely send our prayers out to that. But, yeah, man, without further ado, it's time to get started, man. It's time to jump into what we came here to do. We're going to jump into these rankings. But before we do that, Willie Jack, I think it's about that time, man. You got to let them know, man. We got to let them know, bro.
Hey, man, look. Today's episode of Let the Film Speak is brought to you by, guess who?
Who?
You got it. The Three Amigos. Goddamn, I'd be surprised the Three Amigos
Let
the Film Speak again.
If you ain't sound like a kid's show, boy, when they be waiting for the answers, they pause.
Blues Clues, use the pause on TV.
You got it.
The Three Amigos, man. That's like, that's share, that's subscribe, man. That's three the hard way. That's a 3-piece spicy. Now, we tell y'all every week, man, we appreciate all the love. Y'all really be holding the Three Amigos down, man. We got to give it to y'all, man. But enough is never enough. Y'all know what's going on, man. Just when you do when you do what you do, man, we need you to do a little bit more. Help us get to where we're going because we taking y'all with us. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friend to tell his friend, tell your friend's friend to tell his partner. You bring all of them down here to Let the Film Speak on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock to come in here, kick it with your dogs, man. Let the Film Speak. Like, share, subscribe. Three Amigos, three the hard way. Holla at your dogs, man. We appreciate all the love and support as always. And now, back to the regularly scheduled programming.
All right. Well, as y'all know, in case we got some new listeners in here, y'all know how this go. What we're going to do is we're going to rank our top 10 running backs going into the 2022 season, all right? Going into the 2022 season. We're not worried about what they did.
Exactly, yeah.
We ain't worried about what they did. We're going into the 2022 season, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, we predicted what's the rankings of the running backs going to be towards the end of this year, essentially. We're going to start it off at 10, and me and Willie go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Naming our running backs, man. So, Willie Jack, I think I kicked it off last time. I'm going to let you kick it off this time, man. Who's your number 10 guy?
And you know what, man? I say it every week. I'm going to say it again. Y'all know for me, man, sometimes some of these guys, they close enough, it's just pick your flavor. You know what I'm saying? So 9 could have been 10, 8 could have been 9, 10 could have been 8. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, I'm going to get my list started off with, man, the league leader in touchdowns last year, Mr. Austin Eckler, running back of the Los Angeles Chargers. And Eckler's one of these guys, man, where true combo back. I mean, he last year like 900 rushing yards, 600 and something receiving yards, but the man got in the paint 20 times. You know what I'm saying? Led the league in touchdowns and combined touchdowns for sure. No, I think him and Jonathan Taylor may have tied, but either way, league leader in touchdowns, man. Like I said, a guy that finds the paint, and you just can't overvalue that. You know what I'm saying? At the very end of the day, you play this game to win, and you need points to do it. And this is a guy that scores points. Definitely a very dependable, I guess, security blanket for Justin Herbert. Like I said, fits in seamlessly, or like a charm with what they like to do with Allen and Williams. And then, like you said, now you've got Eckler as well, who demands just as much respect in that passing game. So Austin Eckler kicks off my list, man. I felt like he was a guy that fell in and out this list when I was going over, but it's hard to leave 20 touchdowns off the board, man. It just is. And so I thought I'd give him his flowers as well, man. Hey, and so I'm gonna get him started on my list at 10.
Gotcha. And you know what? He falls in around that 10 area for me. He didn't quite make my list. Um, uh, and the reason why is because I like backs that can do it on the ground too. You know what I mean? Not that he was terrible on the ground. He can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? But not. It was one knock that I had on him, and it was just when the Chargers need to close the game out, when they need to pound the rock. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't necessarily the guy.
No, I just no. He's not gonna close the show. Yeah, you ain't just gonna turn around and
close it. And I think that's a valuable aspect or a
No, for
valuable
sure.
thing to have in a running back. So I definitely give him his props. 20 tubs, man. You know what I'm saying? You doing the thing for sure. But that's why he's right around that area. And he could have easily made my list, but he just feel a little bit short. But my number 10, man, I actually went with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones with the Green Bay Packers, man. He's a running back that, of course, they went with a little bit more of the dual back, type of thing. But what Aaron Jones brings to the table, man, is everything that you would like to see in a number one back. You know what I'm saying? You can pound the ball with him if you need to, but he's also pretty decent out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? He can catch the ball, very dynamic, very explosive. He can hit the home run. You know what I'm saying? He can get you that short yardage if you need to. He can pretty much do it all as a running back. You know what I'm saying? He just does it at his level, consistent. He was one of those guys, even when he was paired with what's my guy? He's over in Detroit now with Williams. Is it Williams?
Yeah, Jamal Williams. Yeah.
Even when he was paired with Jamal Williams, and Jamal Williams was getting the bulk of those carries in Green Bay a few years back, he was the guy I was shooting for. I was like, Aaron, come on, man, put Aaron Jones in, let him rock, just let him go. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to see more of him. You know what I mean? But all in all, Aaron Jones is definitely, I feel like he has the complete skill set to be a down in and down out back. Of course, I don't think Green Bay is going that way. They really like A.J. Dillon, and A.J. Dillon is a solid guy over there as well. But with the skill set with Aaron Jones, and with the lack of receivers coming in and passing weapons, I think Aaron Jones is going to play a huge role for this offense in Green Bay. So I imagine him having a pretty solid year this year.
No, I agree with a lot you said. Aaron Jones is the guy that just missed my cut. And the reason why is for everything you just said. He's been a committee back his whole career. And so just like you said, like I'm a type like you said, where you want a guy that you can just turn around and hand the ball off to. I also want a guy that he's like, I want one guy. Like, I don't mind a guy to spell you, but so much of his touches are going to come. He didn't even lead that team in rushing last year. A.J. Dillon did, his backup. Right. Now, they were neck and neck. It was, one had like 795, one had like 798. But what I'm saying, but I don't see that changing. And if anything, I think they lean more into that. And so I don't, and it's not taken away from what he does, but as far as production, you know what I mean? A lot of his touches are eaten away by A.J. Dillon. And honestly, for me, bro, I like A.J. Dillon, but I like a big physical back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, I like A.J. Dillon a lot at Boston College. But he just missed my list because of that. Because, like we said, man, like, his next year stat may mimic this year, 800 and 200, you know what I'm saying, carries. And him and Dillon together are going to be a very dangerous combo. But one for one, I think, like I said, too much of his production may get ate away.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, man. So moving into my number 9.
Shout out to Real Deal STL Sports in the building. My dog, James Skinny Ward, that fell in, man, and he already rallying the troops, man. We always appreciate you, big dog. Shout out to Real Deal STL Sports. I need to tap in with my dog.
Gotcha. Going into my number 9, man. My number 9, Tom in the building. What's going on with you, Tom?
Easy, what's happening, bro? What's going on?
My number 9 guy is that guy out of Detroit, man, Deandre Swift. Okay. I really like Deandre Swift, man. He is a guy who has pretty much all the skills of Aaron Jones, except he is the guy. Now, they do got Jamal Williams over there, who used to be the committee back with Aaron Jones, but it looks like over there they letting Deandre Swift rock a little bit more. On third downs, you know what I'm saying, he's very dynamic, you know what I'm saying, and in between the tackles as well. He's shown to be very explosive and very dangerous with the ball in his hands. And, hey, I think we looking at a future star in this league and Deandre Swift, man. And I think we're going to see some consistent work. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about with him is the injuries. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that you have to worry about with DeAndre Swift. But as far as when he's on the field, man, he's dangerous. You got to watch out for him. He is definitely on the other team's scouting report, you know what I'm saying, when you bring him into the game. Now you throw some deep threats over there with Jameson Williams, and then you have a second-year guy, Ross St. Brown. I think I said that right.
I'm in Ross St. Brown.
And they have some weapons over there. T.J. Hawkinson over at tight end. They got some guys over there, man. So you won't be able to
line
key
top
on.
5. That's a top 5 off the line, boy.
So you won't be able to key on just one guy. Not to say they're going to be a pretty good team or one of the top teams in the league. I'm just saying from an offensive standpoint, they're not just going to be one-dimensional. They're going to be able to do multiple things, and they're not going to be a walkover either. You're not going to be able to walk through this particular team when you got to play them. But DeAndre Swift, man, is a very, very solid back, man. I like his style. I like what he does, and hey, I think he's going to be a really good back in this league. And I actually think I was contemplating put him above my 8 guy, but we'll get into my 8 guy in a minute. But DeAndre Swift is my number 9, man.
No, and you know what? And I like Swift too. And that's the thing about Swift. When he came out in that, it was a really good running back class the year. That was J.K. Dobbins, Swift, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and
Jonathan Taylor came out with them.
And Jonathan Taylor, I was gonna say it was a really good class that year. I was not big on Swift coming out of Georgia. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like I just felt like I didn't trust it. But then now, he really won me over with his play last year as well. He came on really strong toward the end of the year, I want to say. Or maybe when the end. I remember he had like a 4 or 5 game stretch where he looked as advertised. Super dynamic, super shifty. Man, like he looked damn good, man. And just like you said, Jamal Williams is over there. And like I said, he was a little banged up because I think Jamal Williams got like 4 starts or something like that, 4 or 5 starts while he was out or something like that. But yeah, just like I said, he's another guy that he was in consideration but missed my list as well. But I respect it. I like that, bro. I like how you went a little off the beaten path with that one. Boy, I like it. I like it. So, my dog Skinny said, man, he likes to pick as well, man. He said Swift is very productive, underrated pass catcher as well. And so he also likes to pick, man. Kenny, what's going on?
Kenny, what's the word with you, bro?
Yeah. Now, here's where I'm going to get into my list, man. Now, this one, and I'm glad that's why you prepped, because I thought I was going to give this speech. I'm looking forward. So I know what happened, his first 2 years. It is what it is, but looking forward, he's coming back healthy. I know he's coming back hungry. That team is coming back healthy and hungry, and they got a lot on their mind. They got a lot of record they try to catch, man. I'm going J.K. Dobbins, bro. I think J.K. Dobbins, assuming he stays healthy, bro. J.K. Dobbins is ready to really announce himself on the big stage, man. I'm talking about a Jonathan Taylor size style of announcement to the league. Now, maybe not as far as 1,800 yards. I hope not, because he in my division. So I don't want to put that. I'm not saying he's going to threaten 1,800 or 2,000. But I think I think after this year, like, he's going to be one of these names that we look to. He's going to be in those conversations with Jonathan Taylor, with a Nick Chubb. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the style of ability he's got. He's got a very good combination of speed and power. I liked him a lot coming out of Ohio State. Him and Taylor were neck and neck for me when they came out together. You know what I'm saying? I think Taylor has the edge in just raw explosiveness. You know what I'm saying? But Dobbins definitely wasn't no damn slouch, man. And I really like watching him play. He definitely brings it, man. He's a dude that's going to get behind them pads and, you know what I'm saying, make you earn it when you come to, you know what I'm saying, when you come to get them. So J.K. Dobbins for me at 9, man. What you think?
Hey, I love when your mama come in here, dog. She let us know.
She followed us. Make sure y'all know something. Mom, what's going on? And my little sister in here. What's going on? The support sister K too. TJ Detweiler in the building. What's happening with you, big dog?
TJ,
shout out to the home team.
Bro. TJ was going on. I like the J.K. Dobbins, man. He actually little fantasy nugget. He's my back. I'm working on picking. You know what I'm saying? In my fantasy leagues, man. I
thought y'all was sleeping on him because that's why I put him on my list. Like Dobbins going to have it.
He actually was one of the backs I picked last year because I watched how this offense runs their thing, how they do their thing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, J.K. Dobbins going to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way their offense is built anyway. You know what I'm saying? I know that he's a good runner. He runs hard. And that was the thing I fell in love with him when he came out as well. Is he runs hard. You know what I'm saying? He's not 230 like Jonathan Taylor. He's probably like 215, maybe 220, but he runs hard. He runs like about 230. Yeah, he might not even be that, but he runs real hard. So I think he's going to be real successful too. I like that pick, man. Hey, boy.
Yeah, you like that, don't you? You like that?
That boy learning, boy. That boy be paying attention to
big brain.
You be taking notes on what I be talking about, you know what I'm saying? And you bring it back to the table. I see what you be doing, bro. I see what you be doing.
All right. Yeah.
And you just went, that was your number 8, right?
Y'all
roll your 8. Give me your 8.
Okay, yeah. Now, number 8, now, 8 and 9 for me. Well, yeah, 8 and 9 for me, like I said, man, I went kind of back and forth, but Dobbins came back off a more severe or serious injury, out the entire year from day one. My number 8 guy. Now, I know you probably not feeling this one. I know you're not as high on this guy. I've got Miles Sanders, man. I really like his combination of size and speed. Now he's like, power is not his calling card, you know what I'm saying? But he's not a guy, but he's still a guy that can run between the tackles, but he's not going to excel with his power. But acceleration, burst through the hole, you know what I'm saying? Those things still have value as well. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those guys, man. If he gets a crease and hits it, he can go 60. You know what I'm saying? So I really like what he does. And honestly, looking at that outlook of the team as well, you bring over A.J. Brown, assuming that Jalen Hurts takes another step forward. I'm not going to doubt him taking a step forward, because he's took a step forward every single year that he's been a quarterback. And this goes back to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? He lost his job to Tua at Alabama, went to Oklahoma, and he either won a Heisman. No, he didn't win the Heisman. He was like second in the Heisman rating and improved drastically. Got to the league, and then since he's been a quarterback in the league in Philadelphia, he has market improvement year over year. Like, this is a guy that he's serious about it. He puts in the work, and you can see his growth year over year. And now you've added another weapon to help with that growth. And I'm getting off track talking for Miles Sanders, because all of that is going to lighten the box for Miles Sanders. You see what I'm saying? So assuming Jalen Hurts continues to take the steps he's taken, and now you bring over A.J. Brown, which is going to help make you really respect that receiving room. And so I think Miles Sanders, again, another guy, he was banged up as well, but assuming he can stay healthy, I do anticipate, especially with A.J. Brown being there, they're going to pull the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands sometime. Jalen Hurts did Miles Sanders a disservice a lot of times last year, because he was actively looking to get his running. And so a lot of the touches that probably should have went to Sanders, Hurts kept. Now, they were successful and they were winning behind that attack. But I think now, as Hurts progresses, and with, like I say, especially when you bring over a $25 million man in A.J. Brown, somebody going to have to talk to that boy like, hey, big dog, hey, we love you. But no, we got somebody back there to run the ball. Get it to A.J. Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I think all that said, man, I think Miles Sanders' carry share is going to improve, and I think assuming A.J. Brown impacts their offense like he should, it should help to keep them honest and make things a little easier on Miles Sanders, man. So I'm going Miles Sanders at 8.
Gotcha. And I like the way our list is kind of falling into place right now, man, because it's different names. You know what I'm saying? These names, you know what I'm saying, you got on your list, names I got on my list, they different. You know what I mean? Oscar, what's going on with you? What up, Big Juice? What up, Pablo? But
Pablo, what's the word?
The thing with Miles Sanders for me, and it's not the physical tools. I agree with you on the physical tools. He has the speed, he has the, the shake and all of that stuff. I think it's more so mental with him. And the reason I say that is because I remember watching some games where it's like, come on, man, hit the hole. I need you to hit that hole there. Or, you know what I'm saying? He's not putting the brain with the physical attributes, and he hasn't put it all together yet. And that's what I want to see from him. I want to see him put it all together. I definitely think he has all the skills necessary to be that, but I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and I do like the point that you made too about that box lightening up a little bit. Offer him a little bit more room. Maybe he has a little bit more room. Maybe he can do a little bit more with that. Jarrell says he finna get loose because he hella shifty, and he really can run between the tackles. Watch, Chop. Hey, I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? And that's my job. It's to watch. I'm going to be watching all year long, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I want to see it happen. If he should be showing, if he can do it, then I want to see it.
No, for sure. And a couple quick comments. I think we missed. I don't think me or you caught it, but TJ, man, we were talking about Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins a minute ago. He said he likes to pick, and he said he's physical but can get loose. I'm assuming he was still talking about Dobbins. Hey, we appreciate that, big dog. Jarrell also, I think, talking about Sanders, said he was surprisingly a tough runner. And see, that's how I feel. He doesn't have power, but he's tough. That's the word I was looking for, Jarrell. Appreciate you. Because just a minute ago, I was trying to tell you, like, I know power's not his calling card, but he ain't ducking no phase, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll get in there and go for what he know. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not, like, power's not his card. And then Big Juice, look at Big Juice. Big Juice say, can y'all start posting y'all show on YouTube? Hey, man, it's coming, big dog. It's coming, big dog. It's coming, man. Just you know what I'm saying? Stay down with us till we come up, man. It's coming for sure, though, man. We promise. We promise.
It's definitely coming, man. So just stick with us, bro. Just definitely stick with us. Moving into my number 8, man. I'm moving to my number 8 guy, man. And I'm going to go to a team that's starting to put a lot of pieces together, man. They're starting to put a lot of pieces together around their quarterback, who I still, want to see more from. It's Willie Jack's guy.
I heard you can say.
It's Willie Jack's guy. I want to see some more from him. But I'm going to go in New Orleans, man. I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara, man. Alvin Kamara is my number 8 running back. And I think we've seen Alvin Kamara, saying towards the top of this running back list before, we've seen him perform, very well. And I still think he stays within the top 10, but I think he falls outside of that top 5, because we got some dogs coming, man. And we also got some guys that, as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? But Alvin Kamara is an all-around running back. I like what you said, Rod. Yep, all around. He's an all-around running back. He catches out the backfield. He can run routes from the slot. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him running routes, depending on the matchups from the outside. He can run that ball in between the tackles. He can do all of those different things, and he's going to just provide or be that dynamic weapon that offense needs. An offensive weapon that Jameis Winston needs to help him be successful. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to rely all the time on those receivers and, those weapons there to get the job done. He has a guy that can break one at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? He has tremendous balance. I still have yet to see a guy with the type of balance that he has, when taking hits, bouncing off of tackles. You see certain things happen, man. It shouldn't happen, when he's carrying the ball. And those are some of the things that just makes him so successful. Even when he's running the ball or at full sprint, it looks like he's just smooth sailing, like a little Cadillac, just jogging, down the field. But Alvin Kamara, man, he is definitely a dangerous guy, and when you put him on the field, man, it gets rough, man. It gets rough.
No, for sure. And I love what the comment, man, that TJ just said. He said, check down from hell for a defense. And that's a great way to put it, bro.
That's
you think you got everything covered up. You think, you know what I'm saying? A 6-yard loss turned real quick to a 12-yard game with Alvin Kamara. Like I said, makes people miss in the phone booth, man. Super shifty. And like I said, just like Chop said, smooth runner. Like, some guys look like they moving ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, some boys look like they in 6th gear. Kamara don't have to like even get like Kamara just look like he just stay in 4th. You know what I'm saying? At all times. You know what I'm saying? So he's moving quick, but still not too fast to where he loses balance, where he can't cut and move like he needs to. So I agree. So yeah,
he's staying cruise control, bro. He's staying cruise control.
Exactly right. Now, one thing I will go ahead and say, man, I didn't have him on my list, definitely for consideration, but I'm convinced he's gonna get suspension. The things that happened around the Pro Bowl in Vegas, where allegedly, or well, I guess there's video out there, him and his entourage. Well, I don't want to be the one that I feel like I'm dry snitching. You know what I'm saying?
You hate. You definitely hate, bro. Roger Goodell watching this.
Like in my mind,
Roger Goodell watching this, bro. Roger Goodell gonna suspend him because you said this on the podcast, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like I was dry snitching, bro. But I'm like in my mind, like the reason I left him off because like, man, I'm not gonna lie, like. I know it hasn't came back up, but that court date gonna hit before too long. It's been, what was the Pro Bowl was what, December or January? So you know what I'm saying? So it'll make its turn back into the sun. Watson's been eating a lot of the negative eye right now, but Kamara's time is coming, man. Honestly, I just don't see a way that he doesn't get suspended. And if he's going to be out for any extended period of time, like I said, I think it's going to hurt his prospects into the season. Now, I'm hoping I'm wrong, man. I always want to see these guys play and get their bag, but that's what scared me off, so I left him off my list.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All good. Well, let me move on to my number 7, man. And this one is going to be a guy. He's going to take a big leap, man. He's going to move up into this list, man. And we're going to start talking about him. He's going to start making some noise immediately. And it's your boy. It's another one of your boys, Willie Jack. I'm going with Jamante Williams, man. Jamante Williams out of Denver, man. I think it's going to have a nice monster year, man. For one, they did bring Melvin Gordon back, but they're gonna cut into Melvin Gordon's carries a little bit. And actually, and this is probably for a different conversation, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime during the season, Melvin Gordon gets traded to a team that needs a running back. You know what I'm saying? Once we get in the middle of the team or towards when we get closer to playoff time. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. Jamante Williams is taking this number 1 spot, man, and we're going to see some good things. Now, on top of that, defenses are going to have to worry about the passing game now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to worry about the passing game because you got Big Russ, you know what I'm saying, back there. Russell Wilson back there tossing that pill. So you can't put 8-9 guys in a box. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to get killed, you know, on the outside by some of those weapons and by Russell Wilson. So that's going to lighten boxes up, and they're going to lighten them up already for a guy that breaks a lot of tackles. You know
yeah.
So you throw a light box to a guy that already breaks a lot of tackles, man. Oh, man, he's licking his chops. He's in training camp right now like, oh, my God, I can't wait till the season start. You know what I'm saying? Because he know what it's going to be. He know what it's going to look like. But anyway, you watch him. I'm going to use a word that Willie likes to use. I don't know if you're on your list, but contact balance. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for sure,
Alvin
bro.
Kamara, I think, has the best just balance overall in general. But contact balance, the way Jamante Williams runs through tackles, you know what I'm saying? It's only one other guy, and I get to him on this list, who I think does a better job of like running through tackles and still keeping that contact balance better than him. But we'll get to that later on. But Jamante Williams, man, watch him. He can catch out of the backfield. Now he's not your Alvin Kamara or your Deandre Swift or none of those guys, but he's reliable. If you need to hit him for a check down, he'll take it for an extra 6, 7. He might break some tackles. He could take you the whole yard and get you 6 out of it. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for Jamante Williams, man, out of Denver, man. Going into this year, he's my number 7 guy, man.
Okay, no, hey, man, you already hit on the head, man. You already know, man. He was my favorite guy coming in, man. I'm excited to see him this year as well for all the reasons you just said, man. So I agree with everything you just said. Well, the only thing I would agree is I don't know if I've seen enough in the passing game, but I love everything about him. Toting appeal for sure, man. So definitely a big fan of his. Folding into my number 7 guy, man. 7 is where I got Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook, and you know what's surprising, or what surprised me when I kind of started working and putting together my list? Dalvin Cook is 26. I saw a second say he's only 26 years old. And it feels like Dalvin Cook been in the league. Feels like Dalvin Cook should be closer to, you know what I'm saying, closer to almost going to crest that running back heel. Like, it feels like
he's 26, bro.
Bro, 26. I was surprised because it feels like he's been in the league so long and he's had a couple banged up seasons. It just feels like he's, you know, a little older than he is, but he still got he should still have plenty of gas in the tank. I really like Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook has some of the very best vision in the game. I've said on occasion, he may have the best vision of any back in the league. Like, Dalvin Cook, I really like his game, man. He's another guy I feel that's smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's not a burner. He's not Jonathan Taylor. You know what I'm saying? He's not whoever else. He's not like that style of guy. But he'll threaten you. He'll break a bullet. He'll put a foot in your ass now, you know what I'm saying, for 40. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sleep on his, you know what I'm saying, on his big play ability. But he's not a burner, and he's a guy as well that, like, I just feel like he's always just in control, cuts on a dime, and I don't want to overplay that because, you know what I'm saying, Lesean Mccoy, you know what I'm saying, was known as that. But I just love his short area agility. I really love this man's vision, bro. Picking his way through trash, and then, boom, pop it. You look, it looks like a dog pile, and then he skirts off against 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does it just as much or more than just about anybody. So I really like his game. He's down here at 7, man. This is a top 5 back in the league. You know what I'm saying? But I got him down at 7 because, just like I said, he has dealt with the injury bug of late. Still is always super productive, but he is a guy that tends to be nicked up throughout the season. Even if he's not missing a game, he's only playing a little banged up, which is it's hard to knock a guy for playing banged up. That's the league. But even still, so I got him down here at 7. That's going to take me to my number 6. This is where I got
before you jump into your number 6. Before you jump into your number 6, Rod say he agreed with you. He said he been balling quietly. Definitely agree with that. Jarrell say Dalvin Cook got that Carson Palmer feel. He said he used to think he was in the league for Hellas, but he was young at the time. So,
bro, that's so true. Because it felt like Carson Palmer was in Cincinnati for a decade. You know what I'm saying? But he left and played 10 years in Arizona, it feel like. You know what I'm saying? So I get what exactly, bro. Like, I was like, damn, 26? Damn. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I feel you. I feel you for sure, man. But that's going to take me to number 6, man. This is where I got, man, my dog. This is where Jamante Williams came in for me. Just like you said, man, I think this boy he finna come out. Jamante Williams, and I don't want to overdo it because I don't necessarily think he has the long speed of this guy I'm about to say, but running with the type of authority that one of my favorite backs in the league, man, over the last couple of years, he gives me a Nick Chubb feel. Like, he ain't dodging no smoke, man.
I knew you was gonna hate on me. See, and that's how I know you be listening to me, because that's who I was talking about when I say it's only one other guy who runs with that type of contact balance and run through tackles that he's later on my list, but we'll get to it.
Look, the Phil Speed fam. Y'all see what's going on. If you listen to your dog, you learn something. Let Chop be the example. You know what I'm saying? But that's it, man. So that, like, I'm really a fan of like that style of back, man. Just type of guy that sees a 7-man box and gets offended. Like, y'all not gonna drop a safety? Who chest I gotta get in for you know what I'm saying? Y'all start acting like y'all know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to see this dude get loose this year, man. And just like you said, man, you got Dangerous back there pitching the pill. Hopefully he gets your boy on track, Judy. Hopefully he gets your boy Judy on track, man. And then with all those weapons they've got, it should help to keep defenses honest, so you can't just load up on Javonte, man, because I think he's gonna punish boys this year, boy. I can't wait to see it, man. So I got him coming in at number 6 for me, man. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I had to talk myself out of top 5. You know, so I was like, man, nah, make him earn it, man. You know what I'm saying? Make him earn it. I got him at 6 though, man. I think his boy's ready.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, that's the name of the game, man. Next time, go for the gusto. I want to see you go for the gusto. But look like nephew in the building. Look like nephew in the building, man. Nephew just put it. I'll let you, bro.
Hey, yeah, it's my nephew Zayman, man. What's going on, man? Listen and learn something from your uncle. My nephew was Offensive Player of the Year for his flag football team this summer as well. I got the certificate on my refrigerator, boy. Yeah. Okay.
Get busy.
Give me 15 push-ups too.
What's going on with I just tuned in. Rod say KC in trouble. Hey, I agree with you, bro. I do think KC in trouble, man. Denver over there looking real nice with what they put together, man. They already got a solid defense. Hey, that's going to be a dogfight division. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have that talk, too. But that's going to be a dogfight division for sure. Mm-hmm. Sis, what's going on? He said, yes, he was. All right. Yeah, look at it. They revving for nephew. Hey, this is my brother. Hey. That's sis. So that's nephew, too. Right on, nephew. Good shot.
Hey, for sure. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He had to get his mind right on first 3 games, but that boy got to it, boy. Offensive Player of the Year. Yes, sir.
Ike, what's going on, Ike? So let me go ahead and jump into my number 6, Willie Jack, and it fits well because I actually got him flip-flop. So I had Jamante Williams at 7. I got Dalvin Cook at 6. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. I got Dalvin Cook at 6 for a lot of the reasons that you said, man. So I ain't going to spend a lot of time on him. You know what I'm saying? We know he cuts on the dime, got good vision. You know what I'm saying? He breaks a lot of tackles. I don't know if y'all seen, maybe a couple weeks ago, we posted, the number of tackles broken since 2020 or something like that. And he was one of the guys on that list. You know what I'm saying? So breaks a lot of tackles, and he can definitely hit that home run. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him hit that home run. He got that long speed. And the Minnesota Vikings are a different team when Dalvin Cook is back there running that rock. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He changes the dynamic of that offense to the point where when he's on the field, they're a much better offense and they're a dangerous team. And they just about can beat anybody in the league, you know what I'm saying, when they on and when he's toting the rock the way that we know he's capable of. So Dalvin Cook is my number 6 guy. Let's go ahead and jump into my number 5.
Real quick, man. Shout out to Ike T, man. He just got in the building, man. He said, hey, he was asleep Skinny tagged him to the group, man. He said he just got in here. He was asleep. Hey, we always tell y'all, boy, we just like church, boy. Hey, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we coming
better
through,
late than
dog.
never, man. But what you doing sleep at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday? You know what
He
I'm saying?
he was resting for the show.
He was resting for the show. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, we're going to see how that fall in. Victor, what's going on? What up, Vic? But let's move into my number 5 guy, man. And my 5 guy, man, I'm going to move over to that team, man. I've been talking about this team. I've been trying to tell people they're not a fluke, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to do their thing. My number 5 guy is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is my number 5 back going into this season, man. I just think everything is set up perfectly for him. We've seen his skill set. We know that he run between the tackle. He runs hard, you know what I'm saying? And he has all of the skill sets. He's another guy that breaks a lot of tackles. But now everything is set up perfect for him. You know what I'm saying? He has the outside weapons. We've seen that. He got the quarterback. We've seen that. Now he has the offensive line. You put all those things together, man, that just makes for a awesome opportunity for a running back like Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? You put him in a position with those light boxes. You know what I'm saying? The same way we talked about, you know, Jamante Williams and things like that. You put him in those light box situations, man, he gonna eat. And that's what I expect him to do. He had a solid season last year, man, over 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, and I expect them numbers to go up, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I expect him to be around 1,500 yard mark this particular year, you know what I'm saying? And roughly around the same area in those touchdowns, 13 to 15 touchdowns, because everything is going to be set up for him to succeed. Everybody's seen Jamar Chase, and I would think most defenses, they are going to key in on Jamar Chase before they, you know, put their whole game plan on Joe Mixon. So he's going to have those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to be open for him. So it's just a matter of him getting those opportunities and taking advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Joe Mixon, man, he's going to be a top 5 back, you know, when we look back on this upcoming season. So Joe Mixon, he's my number 5 guy going into the 2022 season.
Yeah, and you know what, man? I ain't gonna waste too much time because my number 5 guy was also Joe Mixon.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. See,
for a lot of reasons you said. Now, the only thing is, I don't think his stats are gonna go up though, because an extra 300 yards for Joe Mixon means there's 300 less yards for Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Boyd. And you know what I'm saying? And passing yards is like a sports car. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to drive your minivan when you got a Ferrari in the driveway. You know what I'm saying? So I do think he's going to be productive. Like, I think he sustains last year's success, because 1,200 yards was good enough for him to finish, I think, third in the league in rushing last year. I want to say third or fourth in the league.
He was third.
Okay, third in rushing. And then, like I said, he had 13 receiver. 13 total touchdowns, I think is what you said. So I think he just maintains that level. And so, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be what am I trying to say? It's nothing against his talent, is I guess what I'm saying. So just like you said, he's definitely got the talent to be like a 1,400 yard guy or more. But I just think that they just need him to keep doing what he's doing, because they still want to feed them. You know what I'm saying? They want to feed them dogs on the outside a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's not going to be looked at as the key component of their offense. And so for that reason, I still think he has a big year and a very successful year. They definitely did him in that offense as a whole a favor, improving that offensive line as they did, or improving it on paper. We still got to see it happen, but it can't be no worse. Improving that offensive line like they did. And so I agree with everything else you said, though.
Okay, and hold on, and Pablo say, first off, Robert Ford in, Robert Scott fell in here. What's going on, Robert? Jonathan fell in here. What's going on, Jonathan? Pablo say, yeah, he don't think Mixon gonna have a big year again. He say a one-hit wonder. Hold on, I'm gonna say this. This ain't his first, you know what I'm saying, 1,200 yard season though, Pablo. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't had 13 touchdowns in the season before, but he's had 3 1,000 yards over 3 seasons over 1,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I can't see that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with everything just opening up for him like this. He ain't never had all of this around him at once, man. I just only see it being up, because he's still nice. He's nice. But go ahead, Willie Jack. No,
for sure. Oh yeah, Rod said he's been like that, cuzzo. Yeah, he's nice, man. I remember coming out of Oklahoma. Now he caught a domestic at Oklahoma. He put his hands on the ball.
Hey, Willie be hating on people, bro. We gotta watch Willie.
Boy, hey. Sometimes I can't do it, boy. You know, like
cases.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Sometimes, like when I hear players' names, it's like my mind automatically think about something I know about them, and then I just be spitting it out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh yeah, I remember Mixon coming out of Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Samaje Perine was there as well. I think that's one of his backup running backs. But you know, I'm gonna let you live, Joe Mixon. Shout out to you, my dog. I hope we smack in your face twice this year when we see you. But other than that, hey. Okay, Roger, that's his team, man. He's a Sooner fan. Okay, Boomer Sooner, I see you, big dog. But yeah, moving on, man, in my list. Now, this is where I think, you know, you might call me out on my list. Because 3 and 4 for me, man. Well, 3 and 4 for me, but really, yeah, 2, 3, and 4 for me, man. I did them a whole bunch of different ways. And what I settled on, number 4, I got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry at 4, but I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Now, he's coming back off the injury, but honestly, I mean, he made it back last year. Now, you know, still not, you know, wasn't the guy in the first half that we saw, but that's to be expected, and that's a tall order. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, you know, that's a lot to ask and assume. But honestly, I think this team got worse. You lost A.J. Brown. The offensive line, I think, also is getting a little older. Taylor Lewan, stud, Pro Bowl, was a very dependable left tackle. Last year was a down year for him. He's on the wrong side of 30. He's like, I think he's about as old as Chop, man. He's about 32, 33. you know what I'm saying? But I think coming back off injury, the offensive line is not as stout as it has been. Taylor Lewan had a rough year last year, so hopefully he does bounce back. You lost Roger Saffold at guard to where'd Saffold go to? I can't think right now. You lost Roger Saffold, and I believe your right tackle is a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that offensive line isn't as stout as it has been. I'm sorry, I can't think of all these names, but the offensive line potentially starting to kind of show its age a little bit and maybe not be as dominant as they had been, coupled with the loss of A.J. Brown. TJ said no Julio. Julio still played football last year? Julio played ball last year, bro? Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Chill on my dog, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Chill on my
but,
dog.
but you know, for whatever he's worth, man, he's gone as well. And honestly, man, I don't see how they keep how are they gonna keep teams out? Robert Woods not keeping nobody out that box for Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's gonna be a tougher road for him this coming year. And so I think him as a player, I think he will be back. I hope he will be back. I think he really will be back. I think he's going to still be, be the guy. But I think he's going to have a very tough go of it because he definitely is the gas in that car. He is the guy that's going to demand. You know what I'm saying? He's going to demand those 9-man boxes, and ain't nobody going to give a care about Tannehill taking them up top until Tannehill take them up top a couple times, and then maybe they back off 9 to go to 8-man in the box. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to see a 7. Derrick Henry will not see a 7-man box for 17 weeks next year. It won't happen. You know what I'm saying? So everything for him is going to be hard money. And that's why I put him down at 4. That the offensive line and A.J. Brown in that passing game, I think, taking a very serious step back. And so I think it makes life that much harder for Derrick Henry at 4.
Okay, and let me read a couple of these comments off for you, Willie Jackson.
What's going on?
I got Pablo. Pablo say healthy, man. He's the best back in his eyes. TJ says they did get his boy Woods, though. Talking about Robert Woods. Of course, you touched on him a little bit. Black in the building. What's going on with you, Black? He say Dennis Kelly gone and Sappho gone. I think you mentioned that.
There we go. That's what I think. Dennis Kelly. That's the other offensive line I was trying to think of. Appreciate you, Black. Yeah, I knew Sappho. Something I'm looking for. Yeah. Then
he say they can go to Malik Willis too. Now, that's a subject that you know what I'm saying we'll jump into, but at the same time, like I would like to see him get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him play. I don't know if he's gonna play this year because I think he's too raw. So I think he's going to take a little bit of time. But as a fan, I want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he doesn't touch the field at all, man. I don't want to rush him because if you throw him out there too early, he's not ready, and then you may lose him. You know what I'm saying? So like, take your time, build that guy from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I would much rather, for Malik Willis's own benefit, sit down, learn this game at this level. You know what I'm saying? Refine everything about playing the position. So I really hope we don't see Malik Willis, even though I'm a fan of him. I want him to succeed. I wanted him in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? But for his sake, I hope they don't. I hope they don't throw him in, man. I think that does more to hurt his future than anything else.
Got you. And then Jarrell say this year's going to put more years on Derrick Henry's body because they're going to load the box up. And Kendall said they got more than what you think, Willie Jack, as far as, you know what I'm saying, talent around on that team and on that offense.
He said he mentioned Treylon Burks, who they drafted to replace A.J. Brown, but I wasn't a big Treylon Burks guy, man, coming in. I can't remember what you thought of him coming in.
He came out of Oklahoma. I wasn't a big fan of him.
No,
either, man. I thought he was just big. Yeah, he was Arkansas. My bad. I said Oklahoma. Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah. But, I wasn't a huge fan of him either, man. I thought he was big. I mean, he did have a solid game or a big game against Alabama. You know what I'm saying? They kind of showcased him and put him on the map for sure. But as far as his overall skills and things he did down in and down out, replacing A.J. Brown, nah.
Not at all.
And especially, Brown, it's a different ball game we talking about.
Exactly, especially so. Treylon Burks isn't gonna pull a body out the box for. It's not gonna keep you honest as far as Derrick Henry goes, and so that's why I just don't see him hitting this year. I mean, now hopefully for him, man. I always want to see these guys do well, as far as Treylon Burks, but as far as this year, every rookie can't come in and beat Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? It's not often that a rookie receiver comes in and really set the league on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Hear this dude.
Am I lying? Did I lie? Well, all right, everybody can't come in and beat OBJ. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't come in and set the league on fire as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So
or Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys who can throw out there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to stop you because I know you and Justin Jefferson. I want to stop you before you got started, before you went too far.
Oh, my bad. I mean, well, you know what? If they'd have gave Justin Jefferson his offensive rookie of the year like they gave Jamar Chase, you know what I'm saying? They still owe that boy a trophy. They did my dog dirty, but it's all good. But what I'm saying is, like, there's only been a handful of guys like Randy Moss, OBJ, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I can't think those are the guys that jump out like rookie receivers that really come in and just boom, hit a groove and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are or at least in recent memory. That's the only guys I can think of. You know what I'm saying? So, AJ Green. My dog AJ Green, man. Understand. Who?
Moss.
I said Moss. I thought I said Moss.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I thought I said Randy Moss, but yeah, man. So, so I think receivers sometimes more times than not, man, they gotta get seasoned a little bit because the physicality of corners, route running is way different. Timing and spacing is different for them. You know what I'm saying? So normally there's a little bit of an adjustment there.
Okay.
That's gonna take me to my number 3 guy.
I gotta do 4, bro.
Oh, my fault. Oh, you right. I get you. My bad. You show right. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Let me go ahead and jump back on. Let's get us back on track, man. My number 4 guy, I'm gonna go over to your guy, man. Another one of your partners, man. I went to Christian McCaffrey, man. Christian McCaffrey is my number 4 guy on this list. Going into this 2022 season, and of course, the biggest thing for him is, man, staying healthy. If he stays healthy, man, he's a walking 150 yards from scrimmage guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get you that week in and week out. He's proved that. He does that as long as they continue to use him. Now, I will say he is a product of them using him a lot, which is the reason why you seen him be injured a lot more lately. But that still doesn't take away from his skill set, man. He had the knock on him. Can he run between the tackles? I think he's shown that he can run between the tackles. You know, he has that long speed. Of course, we've seen him catch out of the backfield. We've seen him run routes, from the receiver position. We've seen him do a lot of those different things. Now, they get him the ball a lot, but that's okay, though. He's solid, and he can when he get the ball, we showed that he can be dangerous. And that team is different, you know what I'm saying, when he's on the field and when he's able to do the things that he does. So for all of that and all of those reasons, I think that Christian McCaffrey, man, is a number 4 guy in this league. Now, these my top 3 guys, you know what I'm saying, I think they different. You know what I'm saying? I think they different, but I think that he is nice. I think he's nice, and he's very dynamic when it comes to, you know, having that ball and all the different things that he can do on the field, you know, to help provide mismatches, you know, for their offense going against different defenses. So I got Christian McCaffrey, man, at my number 4 spot.
Okay, real quick, man. Black said no. Hard no. Christian McCaffrey is over. Now, surprise, all right? Surprise. I did not put Christian McCaffrey on my list, bro. And y'all know I love me some CMC. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put him on the list, but it's for some of the reasons that I've talked about before with some other players. He's got to get there, man. And so, just like when we talk about you know, Saquon and I don't want to start that up, but just guys like, I know what he can. We all know what he can do for sure. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to show it, man. He's got to come back. You know what I'm saying? He's got to show me he's gonna play double-digit games this year, man. And I can't trust it. That offense is the quarterback play they're getting from Sam Darnold is atrocious. There's talks that they're pushing to sign Baker Mayfield. I'm not out on Baker. Maybe as a top. I was never thinking he's going to be a top tier guy. Baker would definitely be a vast improvement at the position because now he's going to get himself healthy. I really like DJ Moore. Like telling he was a top 5 guy for me coming out when he came out of was it LSU? I can't remember now, but I always liked him. You still got Robbie Anderson there, man, that stretches the field, and so. They drafted the offensive line needed a lot of improvement. They got a guy this year in the draft. Who's the tackle they drafted, man? The kid from Mississippi State, I think, if I'm not mistaken. No.
DJ Moore came out of Maryland, bro.
Maryland, excuse me. Okay, Maryland, yeah. I liked him a lot coming in, but no, they drafted an offensive lineman to help. That offensive line was struggling last year. They drafted a guy. I'm trying to think which offensive lineman they got, man. Oh, they got the big boy out of Icky. They got Icky. I think they got Icky at 6. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, okay, Black got it. Yeah. Equano is his real name. I don't think his name is not Evan Equano, but yeah, Equano.
We was calling him Icky. Yeah, we was calling him Icky.
Is the first name Evan? We sure just called him Icky the whole time. But yeah, so you got him in the draft, and now he's a road grader. You know what I'm saying? So if he comes in and hits the ground running, then yeah, he can vastly improve that running offense, and especially if C-Mac can stay healthy. But I didn't put C-Mac on here, man. I wanted to just stay true to kind of the things I said about Kamara, because Kamara didn't make my list because I expect him to miss some time this year as well. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to stay consistent in that. So I didn't have C-Mac there, but it's not for ability. If C-Mac's on the field, bro, that's 2,000 yards walking. I'm convinced. I'm telling you. If C-Mac is on the field, if C-Mac plays 17 games, that's 2,000 yards from scrimmage. You could book it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely love to respect his game, man, but I didn't have him on my list, man. It hurts my heart to say. Hurts my heart.
And somebody heard said he's going to get the same attention that Derrick Henry got. Black said that, and you might be right. I think he might get that the same attention that Derrick Henry gets, but Derrick Henry can't motion out and run a route out of the slot either. You know what I'm saying? He can't do a lot of the things that Christian McCaffrey can do. So even if you do put some attention on him, you put 8 or 9 in the box, you still can do other things. You still got to guard him. You know what I mean? Along with guarding those outside receivers too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
a lot of things you can do.
He said Robbie Anderson talking about retiring. I didn't know Robbie Anderson was talking about retiring. I didn't see that.
I ain't either.
I didn't see that. So that's great. He's a young guy. He's what, 27? I want to say. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, yeah, let me go into my number.
Gildor said that he missed Antonio Gibson. He hasn't been mentioned yet. I don't know if he's coming up, but he hasn't been mentioned yet. And so, we will see. Chop's a big fan of Gibson too. So hey, he might surprise you, man. I think Chop got 3 more to go.
Gotcha. Yeah, Antonio Gibson is my guy. I would go ahead and tell you because I don't know if you're gonna be in there. I don't know what you got going on, but he didn't quite make my list. But he was in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Those guys that could have made my list. He didn't quite make it for reasons that I have. I know he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? He can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? He can catch the ball, but I don't think he does it at a higher level as some of the other guys that I had on my list. You know what I'm saying? That I mentioned.
And I agree.
You know what I'm saying? He can do it. He can do all those different things, but I don't think he does it at that high of a level. But let's move on to my number 3 guy, man. My number 3 guy is probably my favorite back in the NFL. And me and Willie always talk about this guy, man. And he's just Nick Chubb. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Nick Chubb from Cleveland, man, is my number 3 guy. All right. And carry for carry, I don't care what nobody say. There's not a back in the league better. Carry for carry. You know what I'm saying? You watch him with the ball in his hand and how he breaks tackles with ease. And this is the guy, like I said, I compared Jamante Williams to, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that contact balance. When I'm talking about running the ball, you know what I'm saying, breaking his speed, his agility, like he has it all. He's a total package. You know what I'm saying? He is about 225, 230 solid. You know
that boy 235, boy.
Yeah, you come in, you run up and you try to tackle Nick Chubb, man, you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? But you look at how big he is, you wouldn't expect him to take off down the sideline, man. Nick Chubb is that guy for me. And for me, he's my favorite running back in the football, in the league. He just needs to, and the only reason he wasn't my number 1 is because I didn't want to take away from the guys who was actually getting that workload that I want Nick Chubb to get. If Nick Chubb gets some of that same workload that we've seen and the top 2 guys that I'm going to list in my next 2 picks, I think he easily is the better back. You know what I'm saying? And I just watch it, and the way he's been doing it, man, it's just consistent, and he does it week in and week out, and he's probably the hardest guy to tackle. On that list also, I mentioned the list that I had of guys with the most broken tackles since 2020. Nick Chubb was tied for number 1 with Dalvin Cook. Nick Chubb had like 200, 300 less carries than Dalvin Cook. Now, you just put that in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Dalvin Cook is already arguably a top 5 running back in the league. You put Nick Chubb right next to him and say, all right, Nick Chubb, you got 250, 300 less carries, but you have the same amount of broken tackles as him. You know what I'm saying? That just shows you how special a guy like Nick Chubb is, man, and carry for carry. And, yeah, that's why I got him at my number 3 spot. Only reason he's not further up, man, is because Kareem Hunt is still over there. You know what I'm saying? And as long as Kareem Hunt is there, I think Cleveland has shown that they're going to continue to use both of those backs. And why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to win. They're not thinking about one guy's specific stats. They're trying to win the game. And if I'm trying to win the game, yeah, I use both of them too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to work one guy down because of some stats. No, I'm trying to win. So Nick Chubb is my number 3 guy, man.
No, I got you. And I'll get to Chubb here in a minute as well, man. So I'll go ahead and just jump into my 3. 3 for me, man. I don't know if you remember what I said about Alvin Kamara last year when we did this list. I thought Alvin Kamara was going to threaten 2,500 all-purpose yards. That's what I said last year. Because I was saying he's going to threaten it because I think there's only been like two or three guys in the history of the league that's touched 2,500. Most of those guys are guys that. Now, even the guys who ran for 2,000, I don't know. There's only been like 2 or 3 guys to do it. I thought Alvin Kamara could have did it last year because there was just nobody else on offense but him. And I was like, man, he's going to do any and everything. And it didn't work out that way. But the way I imagined that they were going to have to feed and use him last year, I think to a lesser degree, I don't think he's getting 2,500 yards. But I think he is going to be.
I wonder if you're going to say who I'm thinking you're going to say. Go ahead, bro.
I think he's going to be Mr. Everything for offense near and dear to my heart. I got Naji Harrison number 3, bro.
God. Oh, God.
I got Naji Harrison number 3.
I knew he's going to say it.
I really do, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Naji Harris, last year as a rookie, he was the leading rookie as far as rushing yards go. He had 12. Him and Joe Mixon were, I think, neck and neck they were both like right at 1,200 yards rushing. I think he had like 60 catches last year. But I think this year coming up, his second year, by all accounts, man, he's in phenomenal shape. You know what I'm saying? To be a guy who's 245 pounds, he carries it like a brick truck. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he's gonna be a guy that, like I said, he's gonna see 350 touches this year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about the way our offenses have been under Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin wants one bell cow back. You know what I'm saying? And he wants that guy to be a guy that can hurt you both ways, just like a la Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was that guy where 1,200 rushing yards, 80 catches. You know what I'm saying? Naji Harris has that same style of ability, and I think and just like I used to say about Le'Veon Bell, like I just hope we don't where that, you know what I'm saying, run them to the wheels fall off. But I definitely expect us to this year. Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback. Depending on how long he can keep Kenny Pickett on the bench. But neither one of those guys, unless one of those guys surprises the hell out of everybody else, then I fully expect this offense to live and die on the back of Najee Harris. And because of that, I think he's just gonna just rack up yardage. You know what I'm saying? Getting it both ways. And so I've got him at number 3. 1,200 yards. I think his catches probably stay around. I think he had like 50, 60 catches last year. I think that 50, 60 catches stays the same, but I think he does more now with the catches he gets because just like I said, him being older and smarter, and this offense is going to change and tweak a little more. And I think with the loss of Roethlisberger, but with these other guys coming in as well, I think they'll lean on him more to do more for them as a more of a security blanket as well, because they are so new to this team and to the new system as well. So I really think that his usage which was already high as a rookie, is going to just skyrocket this year. 1,800. I'm thinking 1,800 all-purpose yards. I'm thinking somewhere right around 1,800 all-purpose yards. I'm thinking he gets. If he had 1,200 last year, I'm going to give him another 100. I'm going to give him somewhere closer to 1,300 rushing, and I'm going to give him 500 plus receiving in the air. I think he's going to be over 1,800 rushing yards this season. Somewhere around 15 touchdowns, what I'm thinking, or more. I think we're going to.
I'll say this, man, and I get it. You're a Steelers fan, but I do feel like they're going to use him a lot. You know, I agree with you on that. But just watching him, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he didn't look like he had the burst, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he gets better. Maybe he just gets a year of maturity under him, and it helps him, you know, become better and allows him to see the holes and be a little bit more patient and do a little bit more with the opportunities that he's given. But last year, what I saw, man, and I'm going to use your words against you, for a running back coming into the league, you know what I'm saying, you pretty, like Willie say, you at your prime automatically. For the amount of touches that he got, you know, and what he did with them, you know what I'm saying? This is a guy that had 74 catches, you know what I'm saying, and 400 and some receiving yards, and then he had 1,200 rushing yards on 300 and some carries. You know what I'm saying? Only guy had more carries than him was Jonathan Taylor. So watching him, I feel like there were other guys who he definitely was there in the conversation to make my top 10. Let me not say like I think he's a bad running back. Let me clear that up. But I do think.
Wouldn't matter if you said it.
Huh?
It wouldn't matter if you said that anyway.
I don't think he's a bad running back, but I do think there is more to be desired when it comes to just his raw ability. I think it's a lot of other guys as far as that their skill set and what they do, their burst and speed and power. That I see more in than I see in Najee Harris. But, hey, man, who's to say? That's why they play the game. You know what I'm saying? They got to get out there on the field. They got to show it. I do think he's going to get used a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be ran into the ground this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not because he's young, but they're going to give him a lot of carries is what I'm saying. So, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, man.
No, I'm sorry. That's on the man. He's going to have at least 350 touches this year. And I ain't going to lie. Our offensive line is gonna be better. We got 2 new starters that we brought in the offensive line. James Daniels, which I'm surprised that we really got. He was a hot name as far as a young guy, a quality Pro Bowl level guard, and then we also brought a new center. Our offensive line last year was trash, bro. It was just everything that could go wrong went wrong for us. I think our offensive line is gonna be better, and like I think I disagree with you a little bit. He's a big guy. He's shifty, bro. He made chicken salad out of chicken shit just as much or more than a lot of guys in the league. And I think overall team success, I ain't going to make no promises or wishes on that. But I do think our offensive line is going to be drastically better. And I think now him coming in, he is the focal point of this offense. Last year, he was a rookie playing with Ben Roethlisberger. This year, this is Naji Harrison's offense, and anything we do is going through him. You know what I'm saying? And so I ain't gonna, hey, y'all believe it when y'all see it. I ain't mad at you at all. But y'all it's been up to me to lead y'all and try to put y'all on game. So this ain't nothing new to me. Y'all see, hearing about, you know what I'm saying, this time next year, y'all be like, you know what, Willie, bro, hey, we should listen to you. It's all good.
What I need to do is listen to me. Now let me go into your number two. Go to your number two, dog.
Brandon Brady just got in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? And then give yourself centers. Steelers drafted center 2 years in a row. Now we drafted Kendall Green he was a guard at Illinois. We moved him to center. It didn't work out, and then we just went and signed a center in free agency. We didn't draft this guy who's going to start a center this year. And then Jarrell said, they already said he's gonna need to be better. I'm trying to tell you, that boy's gonna get 400 touches this year, boy. But anyway, that's gonna take me to my number 2, man. And surprise, man, or no surprise, just like Chop was talking about, man. This is where I got Nick Chubb at, man. Dollar for dollar, man. If we just measure the quality of your touches in the league, then just like Chop said, man, it's hard to find somebody. It's hard to find a better pure runner in the game than Nick Chubb for my money, man. So I may as well, man. Nick Chubb been probably my favorite pure runner in the league for a while. And it's funny because I remember him coming out of Georgia. He was behind Sonny Michel, Ty Gurley, and then Nick Chubb. Yeah, and then Nick Chubb was that third guy coming out. And so when he was coming into the league, I don't think he wasn't my top back that year, but I definitely remember his time at Georgia. He was a power guy, but I didn't realize just how explosive he was going to be as big as he is. This dude is a load. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is a Mack truck, and a breakaway Mack truck, because he's got 70-yard speed. You know what I'm saying? He will break 6 tackles and then put 60 yards on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and will run away from boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got legitimate long speed at that size, running with that kind of power. And man, I'm trying to tell you, it's scary and impressive all at once watching this guy run the ball. Now, the thing about him, though, is, they do use him in that 2-back system with Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's another guy that's still, in my mind, Kareem Hunt is a top 10 guy. He's just, you know what I'm saying, he made the decisions he made and the situations happen as they did. Kansas City still missed the hell out of that boy, I tell you that. But he does share time with Kareem Hunt. But they need Kareem Hunt there because Nick Chubb is a guy that does get banged up and does get bit by the injury bug. And so I think the last 2 or 3 years, he's missed 2 or 3 games each of those years. You know what I'm saying? And so his touches are managed intentionally for his sake, just as much as for, like I said, just as much as anything, because he is a guy that does get a little banged up. But man, hey, look, everybody's starting fresh. Everybody got a full tank, and everybody's on 100. And you tell me I'm gonna get about a 20. I'm gonna have a guy ask a guy to run the ball 20 times in any particular game for any particular team. There's no one better. I want Nick Chubb to be that guy. I'm trying to right-hand it.
That's big fact.
So that's my number 2 guy, man, Nick Chubb.
All right, man. Well, let me go ahead and roll into my number 2 guy. I already talked about Nick Chubb, man. We both agreed that, I think probably maybe both of our favorite running backs are up there on our list. I know he's my favorite. So we both like him. But my number 2 guy, man, is another guy that's a load, man. And actually, my top 3 guys are lows, essentially. Big guys. All 3 of them can run. But my number 2 guy is Jonathan Taylor, man. Jonathan Taylor, out of Indianapolis Colts, man. Jonathan Taylor, he was my number 1 back when he came out with Swift and Dobbins and all those guys. And for a lot of people, he was the 3, you know what I'm saying? Or for some people, even the 4th ranked running back. Because coming out, he ran the ball well. You know what I'm saying? He could run the ball, but he had a fumbling problem. You know what I'm saying? But going into the league, coaching, you know what I'm saying? For all those people who think that coaching doesn't matter, coaching matters. You know what I'm saying? He got with a good coach, you know what I'm saying? They helped him with it. And now look at him. You know what I'm saying? Over 300 carries, 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Just a beast. A workload. They ran that team through him after they figured out Carson Wentz wasn't the guy, you know what I'm saying, to get the job done. It was like, all right, look, man, it's either you or nothing. You know what I mean? And they knew they had a good offensive line to do that. They went behind that offensive line led by Quentin Nelson. And Jonathan Taylor did what they asked him to do. You know what I'm saying? He took on that challenge, and he was good. I'm talking about a guy with great breakaway speed. He's not a super shifty guy as far as, making you miss with moves, but he gets it. He hits the hole. He's downhill. He'll break some tackles, and he's a 4-3 guy. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in the open space, it ain't too many guys out there that can actually catch him in a foot race, when he gets open in the open field, man. But he was definitely the catalyst of this football team and my number 2 guy on my list. And I just feel like he's going to continue to be that, especially with them now bringing up a Matt Ryan. So you got a guy that can really manipulate a defense, you know what I'm saying, who's been there for some years, who's smart. So he can make things easier on a guy like Jonathan Taylor too. So Jonathan Taylor, my number 2 guy going into this season. I expect him to have another pretty big season.
No, I got you, and that pairs well for me, man, because my number 1 guy is Jonathan Taylor. So, man, and in my mind, man, and I think, and I've heard it said since I said it to y'all, but this the guy that we want Saquon Barkley to be. That size, that build, that speed. Now, I catching the ball, you know what I'm saying? He still got to show us something there. You know what I'm saying? So I won't put that hat on, but that's secondary anyway. I want my running backs to run the ball. And so the way he looks, like I just said, his size, his body type, his power, his explosiveness, I do think he's shifty. I think he's got more wiggle than you would expect. He's 230 pounds as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like you said, man, he's a load. And once they gave him the keys, you know what I'm saying, he took off with this thing and never looked back, man. And like I said, finished with just over 1,800 yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 20 total touchdowns. I think I seen his name with Eckler as the touchdown leaders when I was investigating Eckler. So definitely a guy that gets in the paint. And yeah, man, for everything said that we've said, he's got size like a Nick Chubb. They're both 230 pound backs. He's got that style of explosiveness and style of long speed size. You know what I'm saying? So he's supremely rounded, man, with everything you want from a back, and such a young guy as well. Like I said, running backs hit the ground running most times, you know. So last year was just the tip of the iceberg for this guy. I see no reason at all why we should expect anything less than what he did last year. Now I know Chop gets caught up in that. I'm not talking about the number. I don't know if it'll be 1,800 yards again, but as far as who and what he is as a player, I don't expect any step down. Now, I don't know what he finishes with as far as the yardage goes. I really like the addition of Matt Ryan there. I think it is going to help to keep defenses more honest, because just like Chop told y'all, Matt Ryan can still manipulate the defense. He can put balls where they need to be. And I expect a market improvement from Michael Pittman Jr. this year as well, with Matt Ryan there, a veteran that knows how to get on the ball and knows what it takes to, you know what I'm saying, to elevate and be a successful receiver. You know what I'm saying? He had a first row ticket to the Julio Jones show. So I think this Colts team, man, the arrow's only pointing up. That offensive line is still got some real big nasties up there, man. Quentin Nelson is he's a vending machine that can move. You know what I'm saying? So for all that said, man, Jonathan Taylor it was my top guy on my list. In my mind, man, he earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like the next guy behind 1,800 and change, the next guy was 600 yards back. You know what I'm saying? The next guy was the next guy Nick Chubb?
Yeah, the next guy was Nick Chubb.
I think the next guy was Nick Chubb at like 12. And there was 3 guys with 1,200 yards. I think Nick Chubb, Naji Harris, and Joe Mixon. But like I said, they were all 4 amazing games worth of yardage behind the number 1 back, you know what I'm saying, Jonathan Taylor. If an excellent game was like 125 yards, they would have needed 4 of those to tie what he did. And you know what I'm saying? He did that in the same amount of time they had. So for all that, man, and like I said, guy gets in the paint, carried that team to the brink of a playoff berth until Carson Wentz completely crapped the bed in Jacksonville. But it is what it is. But Jonathan Taylor, my number 1 back.
Gotcha. I feel that, man. And that leads me to my...
Kathy showing love to Matt Ryan. She must be a coach.
Yeah, she loves us and Matt Ryan, man. She might try to marry him. Okay. She might try to marry him. I don't know what she might try to do.
Hey, you back now, hey. You know what I'm saying? You know, go ahead.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, my number one guy is Derrick Henry, man. My number one guy, Derrick Henry. I think that we talk about loads. This guy's the load of the loads. You know what I'm saying? Coming in about what, 250, something like that, 240, 250. Really big running back. And his work ethic, man. You can't. It's certain guys. It's just like, man, you watch them, and you can just tell the work that he puts in. You know what I'm saying? He's already a big guy, but the work that he puts in to be as good as he is, you know what I'm saying? It can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? From the pure power that he runs with. He actually, has some breakaway speed. And we've seen it multiple times, man.
Once you open that stride up, boy, you can cancel Christmas.
Yeah,
once that stride up, it's a wrap.
He coming out, he wasn't a 4-3 guy or anything like that, man. But when he opens up, man, guys you just can't seem to catch him. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we talk about the loss of A.J. Brown and some of those guys, man. But I think that Derrick Henry has proved, like, week in and week out, like, this has been his team. You know what I'm saying? It was never anybody else's team ever. You know what I'm saying? It's been his team no matter who they had out there. He the one that was getting the ball 320 times a year. You know what I'm saying? They was pounding the rock, and they're going to continue to pound the rock with him, and he's going to continue to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I was on the train that you were on last year. I mean, that you were on this year. I was on that train last year. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he can do this. You know what I'm saying? And even though he got hurt, you know what I'm saying, halfway through the season, we were seeing it. You know what I'm saying? 8 games in, and it took about 3 or 4 weeks. I remember, you kept talking about it before somebody to pass him on the rushing leaders list. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was about week 13, and he had already missed, 4 or 5 games, and he was still number 4 on the rushing list and rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real to say.
Five yards to carry or something like that. So, like, this guy is definitely special, and I think that, you know what I'm saying, regardless, as long as he's working and as long as they continue to feed him, man, he's gonna be a monster. One, because people still don't want to tackle him, no matter how many in the box. If he gets 1 yard without anybody touching him, you know what I'm saying, 1 yard down the field, he's already got a full head of steam. Ain't that many players you find to get in front of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of it. You know what I'm saying? Just him being his size and how hard he runs is what makes him a lot better. But just overall, man, just what he brings to the table and him carrying this Tennessee team, this Tennessee offense, man. Not to take anything away from A.J. Brown, but everybody know Derrick Henry is the catalyst for this team. You know, so he carries the load. I think that makes him, you know what I'm saying, my number one guy, and how I appreciate that. And also the fact that Derrick Henry, I think, has done it multiple years already. You know, Jonathan Taylor, his coming out party was just this past year. Not to say he's going to stop, but I've seen it from Derrick Henry. Even after people have noticed he's the guy on this team, you know what I'm saying, he continued to do what he does. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry, my number one guy on my list, man, and that rounds it out. That rounds it out for me, dog.
For sure. The thing with me, man, that offensive line, I'm nervous about it. You lost 2 starters, and then the third starter took a big step back last year in Taylor Wine. So I'm a little nervous for him, man. I think they're gonna, man. I mean, he's gonna do his thing, but I think, man, it's gonna be tough sledding for that boy next year. But I think it's really gonna be tough sledding for sure.
Yeah, but it's definitely gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough sledding for that team in general. You know what I'm saying? So
no, for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and recap the list, man. You want me to go first? Or you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and recap it, man. I got run back down my list, man, of the top 10 running backs. I had Erin Jones, Green Bay Packers, at my number 10. I got Deandre Swift, number 9. Alvin Kamara at number 8. Jamante Williams at 7. Dalvin Cook at 6. Joe Mixon at 5. Christian McCaffrey at 4. Nick Chubb at 3. Jonathan Taylor 2. And Derrick Henry is my number 1 running back in the league going into the 2022 season. Willie Jack, give me your list, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I started my list with Austin Eckler from the Chargers at 10. Black, I don't know if you're still in here, man. I had your boy. I ain't gonna call him yo boy. He from Ohio State. He a Buckeye. I had Ohio State's very own J.K. Dobbins at number 9, man. I'm expecting a big year from Dobbins, man. Coming back off that injury. That team is just hungry in general, man. Number 8, I got Miles Sanders from the Eagles. 7, Dalvin Cook from Minnesota. 6, my dog Jamante Williams from Denver. 5, I also had Joe Mixon from Cincinnati. 4, I had Derrick Henry at Tennessee. 3, Naji Harrison, Pittsburgh. Y'all will believe. And number 2, my dog Nick Chubb from Cleveland. And number 1, man, Jonathan Taylor from Indianapolis, man. I think that boy's just, man, he's just scratching the surface. Jonathan Taylor's rookie year made me think. It made me think of Adrian Peterson, and I don't say that lightly. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know me, and Chop can tell y'all how highly I think of Adrian Peterson, but it really put me in the mind of Adrian Peterson, man. Like that speed, power, and explosiveness, and the acceleration is what it was. Like, cause big backs can have good long speed. Like Derrick Henry has great long speed, but it's build up. You know what I'm saying? Like it is build up speed. If he gets fully opened up and now he's running up the numbers, then yeah, he can run away from just about anybody. But 0 to 60 at 230 pounds plus, 220 pounds plus, guys that can that get it in the 5th gear after 2 steps, when you that big, it's not a lot of guys on that list. Jonathan Taylor's on that list. Adrian Peterson was on that list. Man, I'm not gonna give Nick Chubb 0 to 60 in 2 steps. I'm not gonna give him quite that. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very rare style of size and skill set, man, to really be able to hit it, turn it. Saquon Barkley is that type of guy. Like that type of instant explosion and acceleration when you that big is special. Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Adrian Peterson. Those are guys I think of, man. And Jonathan Taylor, to me, he had that. And so, yeah, man, especially Matty Ice coming over here too, man, to really balance out that offense. Man, hey, AFC South in trouble. AFC South in trouble, boy. I'm telling you, that boy Jonathan Taylor can go over and like I said, do his thing. So that's the list, man. Jarrell, real quick, says Barkley the comeback player of the year. Man, hell no. I ain't, man. And just like Chop, no, I'm hard on Barkley, but just for the same reason that I didn't even have C-Mac on my list, man. You gotta show it, man. Like you gotta show it. You gotta show up first. You know what I'm saying? If he comes back and makes it, then you know what I'm saying, maybe. But man, I don't know if he's gonna play 4 games this year. You know what I'm saying? So I won't give him no slack, but he gonna have to earn his keep. But give me some honorable mentions, man. Give me a couple names that just missed your list.
Speaking of Saquon, man, I'm going to mention Saquon, man. Going into the 2022 season, man, Saquon Barkley is one of those guys.
Top 10?
Huh?
Consider you would think he's a top 10 guy going into the season?
I put it like this. I didn't consider him a top 10, but I considered him as a part of a guy that's capable of having a top 10 season. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have put him on this list. He wasn't a guy where I was, like, debating with. I knew I wasn't going to put him on this list, but I also know what he's capable of. So for me, like you said, yeah, he has to show it. You know what I'm saying? He has to show it. He has to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I have no second doubts that he's going to be a top 8 back in the league if he stays healthy. You know what I'm saying? I have no doubts in my mind because of his skill set, what he can do. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that he can be that. You know what I'm saying? But he just has to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it for me. So Saquon Barkley was one of those guys that I put in that area somewhere, wherever you want to put him. You know what I'm saying? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. But he has to stay healthy. If he doesn't stay healthy, and that goes for any of these backs. If any of these backs don't stay healthy, they fall off the list. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way of the game. But I throw some other guys out there. I did have Naji Harris in their range. Austin Eckler, like you had on your list. But one of the guys that wasn't on either one of our lists, man, that I really like is David Montgomery, man. David Montgomery.
Yeah.
David Montgomery was a guy I really consider because he is another guy who I think he has a complete package of what he can do on the field. You know what I'm saying? From his shiftiness, being able to run with power, take runs for short yardage, and his ability to catch a little bit out of the backfield. Like, he has the complete package. I think the thing that's going to hurt him the most, though, is the fact that he doesn't have much around him at all. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he's got a really young quarterback behind him. They lost their, well, I don't know. Yeah, I think you say their best wide receiver last year, and Robinson. They still have.
It was Mooney. Don't disrespect Mooney like that. Man, no, Mooney was the best guy last year. You think right?
No, get me wrong. That's not to say that Mooney couldn't possibly be a better receiver. But from what I've seen from Allen Robinson is a true number 1 receiver. You know what I'm saying? He got the short end of the straw every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
ain't gonna lie to you. That boy,
saying?
yeah, went through some trouble.
Every single year. You know what I mean? So now they have just Darnell Mooney, you know what I'm saying, as a receiver. Now that's what they have, you know, and they have to work with that offense is what they get. Now they get Tevin Jenkins back, you know what I'm saying, that offensive lineman that being you, I think we both like pretty decently. He was somewhere on our list.
At Oklahoma State, he was a right tackle and a mauler at Oklahoma State, and Chicago drafted him and moved him to left tackle. Now that made me nervous, but he's basically a rookie again. I think he got hurt in training camp.
Yeah,
so he
didn't play at all last year. He didn't play at all.
He's a rookie again, so I don't know how that's going. You know, he still got some growing pains moving from right to left, and you know, what I'm saying, he's a year behind his learning curve, so it makes me nervous.
Facts. Yeah. So yeah, man, David Montgomery, man, I just think he's in just one of those rough situations. I already talked about Naji Harris already. Austin Eckler, we talked about him. I did mention Antonio Gibson and stuff like that. So those are a few guys that were around that area, who I think could have potentially made the list. Do you got any? Who your honorable mentions, man?
Yeah, man. And you know what, man? I'm glad that a couple of the guys that I'm going to mention, they weren't on either. They were obviously weren't on either of our list, but he missed the cut as well. I really consider Leonard Fournette at 10.
Yeah, that's another good name. I like that name.
Yeah, because honestly, he was splitting time with Rojo in Tampa the last however long he's been there. I can't remember if he's even been there a year or two. I feel like time's flying. But he was splitting time with Ronald Jones. Now Ronald Jones is gone. He's in Kansas City. This is fully Leonard Fournette's backfield now. Him and Tom have great chemistry. Like, I think he had like 50 catches last year, 50 catches or so last year. And so I think Tom trusted
almost 70. He almost 69 catches.
Okay, more than that. Okay, good. Yeah, I know he was a legit threat, you know what I'm saying, catching the ball. Now, not to say that he's Alvin Kamara once he gets the ball in his hands after the catch. I'm not saying that. But he's a guy that Tom Brady has shown he will give that man the ball. You know, he will drop it off and feed it to him. And also, man, he's still a strong runner between tackles as well. Leonard Fournette is a guy at LSU, his freshman year especially. He looked like 2,000-yard Derrick Henry at LSU. Like, this was a guy.
Yeah, LSU,
he was giving hell at LSU. It's like 6'2", 2. He looked a little. I'm gonna say soft, but not soft as in he a punk. But I'm saying, like, he wasn't like chiseled. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't look like his 240 and Nick Chubb's 240. Well, Nick Chubb ain't 240, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like that. So he had some meat on. You know what I'm saying? I just say that. I just leave it. He had some meat on. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was giving boys hell, man. His freshman year was banged up the rest of the time. But he's one of those guys, man. He was just waiting on the league. You know what I'm saying? There's been guys that come through like that. Derek Stingley, like we just seen, freshman, was the best corner in the country as a freshman. Leonard Fournette was that as a running back at LSU. So he's got that style of pedigree, and so I think he's a guy that kind of goes a little under the radar. And then also another guy, man, that's probably a little underappreciated, and I went ahead and showed him some love, man, Damian Harris. I thought Damian Harris was going to be on your list because I think
that's my dog.
That guy that you know kind of sings his praises a little more than me. Like, the only thing about me with Damian Harris is I just don't see special. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything special or elite. But that's okay because, you know what I'm saying, like, everybody can't be special or elite because then there wouldn't be anybody that's special or elite. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have anything that quite jumps off the page at me like, oh man, that's different. But hey, be honor roll pass every time too. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know what I mean? So, but he's that guy, man. Jack of all trades, runs a decent power, has decent speed. I don't want to promise you how his hands are out the backfield and that sort of thing, but
yeah, that wasn't his strong suit. But he runs the ball hard, man. I like his style.
He runs the ball hard, man. Puts his nose down, gets his job done. You know what I'm saying? Plays the Patriot way. I hate that saying those type of cliche sayings, but yeah, he fits in well with what they do up there in Pittsburgh, man. So just want to show him some love. And then some of these other names, man, I put Erin Jones and AJ Dillon together because for me, one of them, it's hard for one of them to outshine the other. And I think going forward, they're still going to be 50-50 partners in that backfield. So I like what they do. I actually kind of lean a little bit towards AJ Dillon. I just tend to favor big backs if I can get, you know, if I can get one that ain't just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I want a big one, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's just me. And then C-Mac and Kamara. I already talked about why I left both them off my list. C-Mac's got to show me he's going to play and be healthy, and Kamara, I'm not sure he doesn't run into the law. And so I left both them off, man. But those are the list, man.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And I'll say this too.
Man, let us know. Let us know what you think, man. Black dropped his top 3 earlier. I meant to get to it. He said he's had Chubb, Henry, then Taylor. I think it was the order he said. He dropped like a quick top 3. Yeah, he said Chubb, JT, then Henry. Okay, he had Chubb, JT, then Henry as his top 3, man. If you're still in here, man, and you got some time on your hands, go ahead, drop us a couple of your favorites in the chat, man. We'll try to get to them real quick.
And one other thing I did say about I would like to say about the list too, man. It made me realize, man, it's a lot of talented running backs in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's a lot. Like it's not like some of the other position groups, and I think wide receiver will probably be like that too. You'll have a lot of talent,
exactly.
But like you'll see a lot larger of a drop off from the 1 to 10 at the QB position than you would see at the running back position. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The wide receiver position, it might be a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to like tight ends and some of the other positions, like tight ends from the 1 to 10, it's gonna be it's a larger drop off once you start from that 1 and you get down to that 10 spot. You know what I'm saying? So you'll definitely get a chance to see, and we'll go with some of that. But it's a lot of talent in this running back position. Jarrell coming there, man. He commented. He said he got Henry, Jonathan Taylor, then Chubb. You know what I'm saying? That was his top 3 guys. Same list I got. You know what I'm saying, Jarrell? So I respect it, bro. Definitely respect it. So
okay, yeah.
But Willie Jack, man, we can't leave, man, without doing it, man. I need to know, man, who gets this week's game ball. And for people who don't know what the game ball is, the game ball, is the guy that comes in here, man, who chats it up with us, throw some good points at us, man. Willie Jack, explain to him a little bit more what the game ball is, man. And let me let them know who gets it, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You came in firing. You know what I'm saying? Came in and took the pistol right out the holster, bro. Got the firing off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Came in and made yourself comfortable, got active, just walked all in Chop House and sat right on the couch and changed TV. You know what I'm saying? Today, I'm going to say, man, I'm going to give it to Black, man. Shout out to Black, man. Kendall Gilliard. Even though he's a purple pigeon or, whatever they call themselves over there in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, Black got in this thing, man, and got the juking, got the moving around, man. Help me out with Dennis Kelly. I was struggling, man. I was pulling hard for that damn offensive lineman for Tennessee because I knew it. Yeah, Dennis Kelly. I knew he right side for the Dennis Kelly, man. So appreciate the help on that, big dog. I'd like to say, I don't know if he's still hanging around or not, but I did have your dog, J.K. Davis, on my list, man, so I showed a little purple love, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Black, man, for getting in and getting active with your dog today.
Gotcha. That's what I get at game ball, man. And without further ado, man, that pretty much wraps up the episode for today, man. I'll let y'all know right now. I'm pretty sure Willie's going to reiterate it and let y'all know, man. We appreciate you guys for taking the time out to come check us out, man, to come tune in with us, chat with us, go back and forth with us, about some of the rankings that we got, about some of the news, and just about the NFL in general, man. Me and Willie love doing this, man. We say it all the time, man. Me and him used to do it, before the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Before the sponsorships. You know what I'm saying? Before all the other stuff. Man.
Hey, already for sure.
Before Willie was doing this for a long time, man. So this
sponsorship.
This just like another day, man. Another night. You know what I'm saying? In the office for us, man. Just going back and forth. So just gotta let y'all know, man. We really appreciate y'all for tuning in on us, man. And without further ado, Willie Jack, I think it's time. Bring us home, bro.
Shit, you damn near did my job. Hey,
my fault.
Chop said it well, man. Hey, Chop said it exactly well, man. Hey, we really do appreciate it, man. Chop and I let y'all know, man. Hey, bruh, y'all don't understand. I don't know if y'all really understand. If I tell you, me and Chop I've been busting Chop head like this for going on a decade, man. Y'all think I'm
now that's where you wrong, at. But we'll let him do it just for the sake of the show. Let him go.
But in all seriousness, man, me and my dog, man, both two guys who love football, and just as much as we love football, man, we love talking football, man. So just like he said, man, countless nights on the phone going back and forth. My girl mad at me. I know Shauna was probably mad at him. Like, what the hell y'all still over talking about? You know what I'm saying? Convinced I can't be talking to Chop.
They get on my nerves, man. They get on my nerves.
Yeah, convinced I ain't talking to Chop. Like, baby, it's Chop. Come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, so yeah, man, we've been in the game, man. we really appreciate love everybody coming through and fooling with us, man. Man, y'all already know what's going on, man. Hey, quick shout out to everybody that came through today, man. Shout out to Game Ball winner today, man. My dog Kendall Gilliard, man. Black was in the building. TJ Detweiler came through and hollered at your dogs, man. Ride parlay in this thing, man. Day one game, Jarrell was here as always, man. We always appreciate you, big dog. The support sister came in, man. Shout out to the home team. Moms came through. My nephew was in here listening. Little sister was in here, man. We appreciate all that love, man. Hey, I'm scrolling. IT came in the building, man. Oh, man, how can I forget, man? Shout out to my dog, James Skinny Ward, man. Shout out to Real Deal STL Sports. Hey, Skinny always coming here swinging too, bro. Skinny come right in and send out 20 invites. You know what I'm saying?
Skinny like the bus driver for the school. You know what I'm saying? We the school. You know what I'm saying? He the bus driver. He come through. He drop all the kids off, and then he get up out of there.
Hey, for sure. Hey, real tight though, bro. Hey, Skinny swing by everybody crib and toot, you know what I'm saying? And make sure they get to where they need to go, man. So shout out to Real Deal SDL Sports in the building, man. So make sure you slide over, man. My dog got a page. He goes live a lot as well, man. And so yeah, definitely go check him out, man. Show him some love, man. Who else is in here? Real quick. Brandon Becker came through and hollered for just a little bit. My dog Tom came through as well, man. Hey, other than that, man, y'all already know what's going on, man. If I forgot to say your name, come on, man. Charge it to my head, man. Don't charge it to my heart. You know we was thinking about you, man. And without further ado, man, y'all know what's going on, man. We will be back Wednesdays, 7 o'clock. You can set your watch by it, man. Same bad time. It's just a different bad channel, man. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, man. We right here, man. Doing what we love to do. Giving what y'all love to hear, man. Real football talk for real football fanatics, man. Big Juice is in the building, man. Just thought of it, man. Big Juice is in the building as well, man. That YouTube coming, man. We working on that, man. Like Chop was telling y'all a couple weeks now, man. Just give us a little time. Stay down till we come up, man. We ain't gonna go nowhere without y'all, man. So we appreciate all the love and support, man. Wednesday, 7 o'clock, man. You ain't got nothing else to do. Ike T said he woke up from his nap just to get here, man. We appreciate you, big dog. Hey, all the love, support. It go Tuesdays. Jarrell, what you doing, man? Tuesdays? No. Oh, you know what, Jarrell? Jarrell knew what I was thinking. Because we forgot to remind y'all, man. We hope everybody enjoyed that talk about it Tuesday, man. Talk about it Tuesdays, man. Me and Chop, we probably chat about it, man. Or we can talk about it now. We think, man, make that a part of that's a regular thing, man. We can do it every Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You got something on your mind, man, in the football world, man. Something just don't sit right. Something you want to talk about. You just want to get messy. Tuesday's your day, man. Go in there. You know what I'm saying? Drop the smoke. But just know, when you get in there talking that foolishness now, me and Chop gonna come in there busting heads. So you know what I'm saying? So hey, you better know what you're talking about when we get in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, we appreciate all the love and support on that as well. Other than that, man, y'all already know what's going on, man. You know how we get down. We really appreciate y'all. Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we will be back, man. We will see y'all next time. Appreciate all the love, man. Peace.
Peace.